Hey, it's Kat at Kattalestv doing another driving video. Forgive me, whatever. But this is the deal. Elon Musk is a threat to not only America, but to the world. And the reason why I say that is because it turns out he pushed the FAA director out. And that plane, American Airlines plane, and a Blackhawk Helicopter, they crashed, killing everyone on board. And literally, this is within like 2 weeks of the Trump administration. And unfortunately, Elon has this mindset where he thinks it's just smart just to cut jobs, and they love using talking points that like trigger the MAGAs and the racists. I'm gonna assume all MAGAs are not racist, but not really. But he'll say stuff like DEI hires, and what a lot of people don't realize, especially white people, majority of DEI hires are women, white women. Blacks are a very low number of DEI hires. And it's sort of like working on a movie set. If you ever worked on a movie set, or if you've driven by a movie set, you'll see majority of white crews working on the show. And you'll see maybe occasionally a couple of blacks, or people of color, unless it's a black show. And even still, you'll probably see majority of Caucasians doing it. I noticed this years ago in Boston. I was like, it was a Ben Affleck movie, and I swear to God, everybody on that set was white. A few Asians, no blacks. The only blacks around that set were security only. And it made me question, like, why can't people of color and blacks, which is a high number in Boston, why couldn't they work on sets? And it became a whole issue because I ended up communicating with a mayor or somebody, or a city council person, and they said, we've got bigger problems. So anyway, all I want to try to say is that DEI trigger is bullshit. Trump and Elon will not take responsibility, but yet they cut those jobs. They've cut so many jobs, and you know, I believe Trump had to win, because if he didn't, he'd go to jail. And even Elon Musk made jokes about, if, you know, Trump doesn't win, he's probably going to go to jail because he was being investigated. And the thing about people like Trump and Elon and their tech bros, they don't like unions, and they don't like investigators and people that hold people accountable. They don't like the law. They're above the law because they're white males, and they're supremacists, and they think they're the best and the smartest, and that they know everything, when they really don't. Trump hasn't been a successful businessman all of his life. He got his dad's money and he blew it, but he's not a good leader. Being a good leader isn't just cutting jobs, it's actually hiring the best people to do the jobs. And also, what I've noticed about people like Elon and, like, you know, tech companies like Uber and DoorDash and Amazon, is that what they like to do is hire a bunch of people at first, and like, it's like being a drug dealer. You tease them with, oh, you're gonna make money, you're gonna get great, you know, salary, and then they overwork you to death. And then they start hiring other people unqualified to take your job. And then they have different organizations within the company that do not communicate, and they don't have access to the information, so you waste time on the phone. So on one hand, they feel like they're saving costs by having less workers, but in the long run, they're causing other problems like poor customer service and no accountability. But I challenge you, if you're MAGA, Get on a plane right now and fly. I bet you that you need to be really careful. You need to be really careful. I'm just watching these two guys look like they're gonna fight on the street. Anyway, sorry, it was crazy. I don't know what the guy was getting angry about, but it was like, he's about to punch this dude. But anyway, let me get back to the point. The point is, you want the best people working for you. Trump, if you notice, he hires sycophants. People that will just obey him and that aren't qualified. And like that Pete Hegseth, or whatever the fuck his name is, a drunk. He has no experience being the head of the military. Of course, a black man who had a huge, I think he was a 4-star general, retired 4-star general. He was handling the Department of Defense, or the Secretary of Defense, I'm sorry. And then of course, Trump doesn't like black, so he got rid of him and hired a drunk to handle our nuclear weapons. You guys should be scared that these people are running the show and they're putting your life and your family's life and your loved ones' lives in danger by incompetence. No joke, full stop. So if you don't believe me, research, not Fox, because they're just gonna blow up. All they want is to promote Trump and the white supremacy agenda and oligarchy. But do some research. Midas Touch, Lawrence O'Donnell, there's a bunch of other people. Occupy the Democrats. You might be able to find stuff on Google. I don't know if they've totally gone over to the other side yet. But long story short is, it won't be safe having these idiots running the FAA and also all these other environmental protection places. You need people that are in power or in positions of authority to actually have a conscience and a brain and to actually care about people's safety. You can't tell me that Trump and Elon care about other people's safety. They don't. Anyway, this is Kat at Kattalestv. You guys, you need to start protesting. You need to start making your voices known, because I'm telling you right now, during the holidays, with all the flights, there's going to be more deaths and more near tragedies. And this is the only second week of the administration. I mean, seriously. You need to pull your cult out of your ass. Bye.